follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass. We're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Well, darling, just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, or listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect. I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight.
Guess it's true, I'm not good at a one-night stand, but I still need love, 'cause I'm just a man.
Test.
These nights never seem
Test.
to
Test.
I don't
Test.
want you to leave, will you hold my hand?
Test.
Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me.
Why am I so emotional? This is not a good look, gain some self-control. And deep down I know this never works.
Found a love.
But you can lay with me so it doesn't hurt. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. Oh, won't you stay with me?
Won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see.
This ain't love, no.
Darling, stay with me.
Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never
Mr.
was so we were
James
out to make that steady figure.
Guarino.
Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. I always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me. 'Cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. Before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. I only see my goals, I don't believe in failure. 'Cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. Traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life, and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I rode the leather ones. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old.
I don't know yet. Just listen to me. Stop one. Soon I'll be 60 years
was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down, I'm around through every mood. You're my downfall, you're my muse, my worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head for you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, give me all of you. Cards on the table, we're both showing hearts, risking it, although it's hard, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me.
I found a love. I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl. I found a girl. Beautiful and sweet. Beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark, you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark, you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, or listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect. I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight.
Guess it's true, I'm not good at all. Guess it's true, I'm not good at a one night stand. But I still need love, cause I'm just But I still need love, cause I'm just a man. These nights never seem to go. These nights never seem to go to plan. I don't want you to leave, will you hold I don't want you to leave, will you hold my hand? Won't you stay? Oh, won't you stay with me? Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me.
Why am I so emotional? Why am I so emotional? This is not a good look, gain some self-control. This is not a good look, gain some self-control. Deep down I know this never And deep down I know this never works. You can lay with me so it doesn't You can lay with me so it doesn't hurt. Oh, won't you stay with me? Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. Oh, won't you stay with me?
yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. I always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me. Cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. Before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. Only see my goals, I don't believe in failure. Cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still savvy. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves and you give me all of you. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down. I'm around through every mood. You're my downfall, you're my muse, my worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head for you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, give me all of you. Cards on the table, we're both showing hearts, risking it although it's hard. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. Oh, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide.
you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah. Keep my hands on myself. Pick up dust them all, put them back up on the shelf. Just a little baby girl isn't me. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Got another mouth to feed. Even with the babies, little mama call a grave digger. Gone with the falling leaves. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Now I had your fill, I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, feel it still. We could fight a war for peace. Give in to that easy living, goodbye to my hopes and dreams. Stop flipping for my enemies. We could wait until the walls come down. It's time to give a little to the kids in the middle. Oh, until it falls, won't bother me. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. Yeah, your love is an abyss for my heart to eclipse now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Now I had your fill, I feel it still.
Take a seat, right over there, sat on the stairs, stay or leave. The cabinets are bare, and I'm unaware of just how we got into this mess. Got so aggressive. I know we meant all good intentions. So pull me closer. Why don't you pull me close? Why don't you come on over? I can't just let you go. Oh, baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. So why don't you just meet me in the middle? In the middle, baby. Why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. So why don't you just meet me in the middle? In the middle. Oh, take a step back for a minute into the kitchen. Floors are wet and taps are still running, dishes are broken. How did we get into this mess? Got so aggressive. I know we meant all good intentions. So pull me closer. Why don't you pull me close? Why don't you come on over? I can't just let you go. Oh, baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. So why don't you just meet me in the middle? affection. And it's not about my pride. I need you on my skin, just come over, pull me in, just, oh baby, just meet me in the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention just for a moment, please. There's a few pieces of information I just wanted to get out there to you guys before we start the ceremony today. First of all, the restrooms are located out your back door to the left here, okay? That left back door. And if you take a right, those are the restrooms you can use right over there, okay? Secondly, I'd like to direct you towards the various exits in here. There are 2 exits in your back left corner over here. There's another exit in your back right corner. And there is another exit right here in the front to your left up here, okay? No exit over here, so don't go that way. One other thing I'd like to remind you is to please, at this time, silence your cell phones. Always a friendly reminder. I'll give you a moment to do that. And the ceremony is going to be starting momentarily. So if everybody can please take your seats and get settled, we'll be welcoming in our students, faculty, staff, and dignitaries very soon. Thank you.
Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Winthrop High School commencement for the class of 2018. We will begin our ceremony with the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Class Marshal Francesca Capone. Following the pledge, I ask that everyone remain standing for the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Francesca. And now the national anthem will be performed by seniors Michaela Grimes, Joshua Boudreau, Stephen Tracy, Isabel Regis, Joy Freeman, and Jay Dolan. Now I would like to extend a formal welcome to the members of the class of 2018, their parents, guardians, family, and friends. I would also like to recognize our distinguished guests that are in attendance tonight. Speaker of the House, Mr. Robert DeLeo. Police Chief Terry Delahanty. Fire Chief Paul Flanagan, who was unable to make it tonight. Town Council President, Mr. Ron Vecchia. Town Council Member, Mr. James Lettieri. Representing the Facella Scholarship Foundation, Ms. Marilyn Sensulo. Former high school principal, Mr. James Noyles. School committee members, Chairman, Mr. Valentino Capobianco. Mr. James Fabiano. Mr. Brian Perrin. Miss Jennifer Powell. Miss Suzanne Swope. And Mr. Gus Matucci. Members of the Winthrop Public Schools administrative team that are here with us tonight, Assistant Principal of the Gorman Fort Bank School, Miss Nora Grimes. Principal and Assistant Principal of the Winthrop Middle School, Mr. Brian Curley and Miss Justine Franzese. Director of Pupil Personnel Services, Miss Jennifer O'Connell. Special Education Chairperson at Winthrop High School, Miss Deb Earl. Assistant Principal of Winthrop High School, Mr. Michael Capasso. Superintendent of Schools, Miss Lisa Howard. And last but not least, Mr. Frankie Fabiano. Before I address the class of 2018, I want to take this opportunity to thank the administration, faculty, and staff of the Winthrop Public Schools for their dedication to our students. Our community is fortunate to have talented and committed teachers from pre-K through 12 who go above and beyond in supporting our students on a daily basis. The positive impact that they have made on the children of this town is evidenced in what you see before you in the class of 2018. In particular, I would like to recognize the teachers of Winthrop High School for all the great work that they do. WHS faculty, you give our students the tools they need to find success in this world. You have created a culture in our school based on academic excellence, inclusion, and respect. Your teaching extends far beyond the classroom, and your impact on our students' lives is immeasurable. You are the heart and soul of Winthrop High School, and for all of this, I thank you. Class of 2018, take a moment and look around this crowded gymnasium. Yeah, you can look, go ahead. The seats here tonight are filled with the very same people who dropped you off on your first day of kindergarten. The people who attended your dance recitals, Little League games, science fairs, moving on ceremonies, and parent-teacher conferences. They've been there for you through the good times and the bad times, and they are here tonight because they've invested in you, sacrificed for you, and most importantly, guided you over the last 18 years. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, so now I'd like to kick off this graduation ceremony by giving you all, the class of 2018, a special gift. As a group, you have been simply amazing during your time at WHS, and you are more than deserving of this small token of appreciation. So, here it is. 18, 22, 38, 39, 59. 18, 22, 38, 39, 59. Those are the numbers that are printed on this single Massachusetts Mega Millions ticket that I am gifting to all of you. I have it up here. The winning numbers for this lottery will be drawn tonight at 11:25 p.m., and the estimated jackpot is $100 million. So, guys, are you feeling lucky tonight? $1 million. Not bad. Now for the downside. Your chances of winning are 1 in 300 million. So needless to say, you may want to have a fallback plan on how to achieve success in the future. Just to be clear, I'm not here to promote the Massachusetts lottery system or gambling in general. I actually want to do quite the opposite. There's an old saying about luck. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Class of 2018, you sit before us today because you have embraced the idea of preparation meeting opportunity. The successes you have experienced over the past 4 years have most certainly not been a result of relying on good luck. It wasn't luck when you brought home a national title in cheerleading as freshmen at Winthrop High School. It was passion, discipline, and relentless training. Luck didn't win you 2 consecutive state drama championships. Your victories were born from dedication and significant preparation. When the moment came and you were on the biggest stage, you executed. Luck is certainly not the reason why the WHS Student Council has been the driving force behind our unique and positive school culture. Luck doesn't get you elected to the Student Council Regional Board. That is a result of natural leadership and dedication to serving our school and community. Your athletic achievements over the past 4 years certainly did not come from luck either. Your victories and personal growths came from your hard work in the weight room, your dedication to your teammates, and your willingness to be coached. Luck was not the driving force behind your academic successes. Achieving the honor roll or receiving student of the term wasn't just good fortune. Passing your AP exams wasn't luck. And it most certainly wasn't luck that you were inducted into the National Honor Society or that you made it through Mr. Beck's calculus class. Your academic progress and the accolades that came along with it were because of your commitment to your studies. You valued your education, you put in the time, and you had the drive, and you made it happen. Over the past few weeks, I've heard many of you say that the last 4 years seem like a blur. What I want you to recognize is that what may have felt like the blink of an eye was actually an incredible journey. One in which you made smart decisions, which prepared a future which has become your present success and has opened up a whole new world of opportunity. Your accomplishments, your achievements, your victories, no matter how big or small, did not happen because of luck. They happened because you worked hard, you embraced each new challenge head on, and you persevered. So going forward, whether you're going on to college, joining the military, or engaging in the workforce, you will continue to make your own luck by leaving nothing up to chance. So, if we hit the jackpot tonight, and I say we because I'm definitely taking a cut, that would be great. But when it doesn't happen, you won't let that hold you back. Instead, you will keep your eyes open for the next great opportunity, all the while preparing yourself in every possible way to make the most of your moment when it arrives. That is something that everyone in this room is willing to bet on. Thank you, class of 2018, and congratulations. At this time, I would like to invite to the podium the Superintendent of Schools, Miss Lisa Howard.
Welcome, parents, family, friends, Winthrop Public School staff, distinguished guests, and students. I am very honored to be the superintendent of Winthrop Public Schools. The Winthrop Public School System is the school system that I graduated from, my parents graduated from, my brother and sister graduated from, my grandmother taught in. 3 of my children have graduated from here, and in 9 years, my youngest son, Declan, who many of you know from Snapchat and all the other social media he is on, will graduate from Winthrop High School. I want the graduates of the class of 2018 to know how grateful I am to you for making my first year as a superintendent one that has been filled with pride and awe given all that you have accomplished. You are a classy, close-knit senior class that has not allowed others to define you. Thank you for setting the bar extremely high for all of those who will follow you. I'd like to take a few minutes to address the graduating class from the perspective of somebody who has lived in Winthrop her entire life and who has experienced being a Winthrop Public Schools student, a Winthrop Public Schools teacher, a coach in Winthrop, and a public school administrator, but most importantly, the parent of 4 Winthrop Public Schools students. That someone is me. I am aware that growing up in a small town like Winthrop can be challenging, to say the least. For years, when my kids were growing up, I would listen to the same quotes that your parents have been listening to for quite some time, and probably as early as today. For example, there's nothing to do in this town. Winthrop is too small. It is so boring here. Everybody knows your business. I'm sure you can all relate. My opinion, growing up in a small town like Winthrop, which I realize you may not understand just yet, is that it is actually a gift. For example, you have been given the gift of crazy amounts of love and support from parents, often ones who weren't even your own. The gift of a very safe place to live, complete with the over-the-top safety monitoring, some would call stalking, of the Winthrop Police when you were down at Euro Beach. The gift of solid social skills, from having gently forced friendship building as the result of going to school, playing sports, attending birthday parties, going to CCD, with basically the exact same kids for the last 12 years in a row. Add to this list the gift of gently guided, solid decision-making skills that you have acquired by having Winthrop people constantly telling on you for every little thing you did wrong. And your strong academic skills, which, by the way, you gained because your classes were so small that the teachers never took their eyes off of you, so you had to stay focused. And lastly, the gift of being able to dream, which has developed because there was never anything to do in Winthrop, and you and your friends actually had to talk to each other about real-life dreams. All of these things have prepared you well for this very moment, graduation day. Over the past several days of celebration, you have been honored with scholarships, awards, and speeches where teachers and community members have spoken very highly of you. Tonight, your principal, who knows you best, spoke of your individual and collective success stories where you have contributed greatly to our school and our community. This is compelling evidence that you are ready to take this next step in your life. I have no doubt that each one of you will take this next step in your journey with the same level of enthusiasm, individuality, and perseverance that has allowed you to successfully get to today. You are a talented group of young adults with access to endless opportunity to improve the world that we live in. In closing, I would like to leave you with a few lyrics from country music song released by Rascal Flatts in 2006 that I believe is the most appropriate send-off to all high school seniors. Before you panic, I am not going to sing. On a personal note, I wrote these lyrics out on a card for each of my 3 children who have graduated so far so that they would understand my wish for them and know that I was always there for them no matter what, even if they were living miles away. As you walk out the front door of Winthrop High School tonight and you begin your next venture in life, this is my wish for you. I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you to where you want to go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. May your dreams stay big. May your worries stay small. May you never have to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're going to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same thing too. This is my wish for you, the graduating class of 2018. Congratulations, and enjoy this moment in time.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. At this time, I would like to invite the Speaker of the House, Mr. Robert DeLeo, to the podium.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crombie. And welcome and congratulations to the parents and families here today. It is because of your unyielding belief in your children's potential that we are celebrating their accomplishments and looking forward to their bright futures. Most importantly, to the students, the class of 2018, a sincere congratulations. Your family, teachers, administrators, staff, and friends have supported you in a multitude of ways. Yet only you can truly know how hard you work and the obstacles that you had to overcome to reach this day. Today I am here to state quite simply that the future is yours. Looking back over my time as an elected official, this has never been more true or more clear, as it has been in the past few months with respect to student activism and student engagement. Earlier this week, we in the House passed a civics education bill with the aim of preparing students for the rewards and duties of being an American. And while it was adults at the State House taking a vote on this bill, we were propelled to act by the young adults just like you. In fact, the bill began as a student project of a young man who, after graduating from high school and college, became a state representative. Students, many of whom aren't even able to vote yet, showed foresight and maturity by advocating for this bill. Thank you. Your words, your action, your passion have more impact than you know. And I can think of no better example of this than the recent student activism surrounding gun safety laws. This has become a subject of renewed focus of the House since the Sandy Hook shootings in late 2012. As a parent and as a grandparent, I was sickened to learn about that tragedy, and I vowed as an elected official at that time, with the ability to make change, to do something about it. From the commitment grew our groundbreaking 2014 gun law. It wasn't easy, but we passed a comprehensive law that only now is being recognized as the best in the United States. More recently, though, the country has been galvanized as a result of the tragedy in Florida this past February. Here in Massachusetts, the House was focused on passing the so-called ERPO, or the red flag bill, to create a process for loved ones and licensing authorities to work with the courts to keep guns out of the hands of those at risk of hurting themselves or hurting others. My office received a number of calls in support of this bill day in and day out, as well as numerous visits from students from across this Commonwealth advocating for the merits of this legislation. And I heard from you, the students from Winthrop High School. And I am proud to say that as a result of your activism, the House passed this legislation just last week and took another step to making our state a safer place. And I hope that it will be signed into law and I look forward to it being signed into law hopefully by the end of this summer. Regardless of whatever one's political ideology may be, I think that we can all agree that our students deserve to get an education without the threat of violence. On this past Wednesday, I had the opportunity to meet with three young ladies from Marjorie Stoneman, Douglas School, which is located in Parkland, Florida. They were traveling throughout the country to share their stories and advocate for the passage of similar red flag bills and wanted to come into Massachusetts to thank and congratulate me for my efforts. And I have to say that they were most inspiring. As they spoke about their friends that they lost and how their lives have changed, they also, again, thanked us for taking up this bill here in Massachusetts. I made it clear to these students that we owe them, and we owe you, the students of Massachusetts, our gratitude. I can say to you today that the engagement, the perseverance, and passion of the students gave us, the lawmakers, the courage to take up this piece of legislation. This year, students from across this nation and students right here in Winthrop High School have shown us that our futures are bright. You, the class of 2018, have given us incredible hope. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools that you have, and I hope that you will use it to create change in areas that all of you care about. I hope that you will remain active in civic and public affairs as you move into your next steps in your life and in your career. Your words and actions can have more impact than you know. I am confident that your experiences here at Winthrop High School have equipped you with the skills that you will need to tackle any challenge. You, the students of class of 2018, are an inspiration to all of us. Whatever you do after graduation, it is my hope that you will remember your time here in Winthrop and that those memories will help guide you. With your graduation here today comes a new sense of responsibility. You, the class of 2018, are the thinkers and the problem solvers of tomorrow. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for your words and continued support. We will now begin the presentation of our awards and scholarships. Presenting the awards and scholarships will be the Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Lisa Howard, and Speaker of the House, Mr. Robert DeLeo. All right, so here we go. The Winthrop Lodge of Elks Beta Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Michaela Grimes. The Winthrop Lodge of Elks Epsilon Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Alyssa Ferrara. The Priscilla Sawin Holt Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Michaela Norris. The David Joseph Sawin Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Mia DeLesio. The Clark Sawin Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Emma Carney. The Loretta Sawin Pietrek Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Melanie Bustamante Gomez. The E. Loretta and W. Clark Sawin Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Michaela Grimes. The Quest and Question Club International Prize in the amount of $1,000 goes to Joy Freeman. The Quest and Question Club International Prize in the amount of $1,000 goes to Kaylin Driscoll. The Quest and Question Club International Prize Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Elizabeth McDuffie. The Quest and Question Club International Prize Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Jillian Kafori. The Sons of Italy, number 2057, Past President's Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Anthony Massa. The Henry F. O'Connell Knights of Columbus, number 162 Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Christian Lyons. The Jacqueline DeBonis Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Christopher Haskell. The Winthrop Playmaker Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Isabel Regis. The Winthrop Playmaker Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Michaela Grimes. The Sandra Stolzberg Schumann Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Jessica Martin. The Rona Mail Town Scholarship Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Alyssa Ferrara. The Robert Perry Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Kimberly McDuffie. The Randall and Louise Wood Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Francesca Capone. The Dr. and Mrs. A. Nathan Kaplan Health Science Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Alyssa Ferrara. The Dr. and Mrs. A. Nathan Kaplan Health Science Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to John Polino. The Winthrop Improvement and Historical Association Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Lacey Scott. The Robert Capezza Scholarship Fund Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Richard D'Amelio. The Winthrop Council on Aging Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Kiera Campbell. The Winthrop Council on Aging Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Blanera Batucci. The Winthrop Council on Aging Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Christian Lyons. The Jim Oconee Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Neon Edwards. The Winthrop Golf Club Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Jake Adamson. The Winthrop Golf Club Award in the amount of $1,000 goes to Alyssa Ferrara. The Winthrop Police Association Scholarship in memory of Lieutenant Joseph Flannery in the amount of $1,000 goes to Samuel Zicella. The Winthrop Police Association Scholarship in memory of Officer Charles D'Amico in the amount of $1,000 goes to John Polino. The Sylvia Costonis Family Trust Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Jennifer Guerra. The Michael J. Mason Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,100 goes to Alyssa Ferrara. The Michael L. Piccirillo Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,111.11 goes to Christopher Haskell. The Michael L. Piccirillo Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,111.11 goes to Gabriella Hinchin. The Marie C. Petrilli Cancer Memorial Fund Award in the amount of $1,500 goes to Alyssa Ferrara. The Marie C. Petrilli Cancer Memorial Fund Award in the amount of $1,500 goes to Gabriella Hinchin. The Marie C. Cancer Memorial Fund Award in the amount of $1,500 goes to Skylar Hilton. The Marie C. Cancer Memorial Fund Award in the amount of $1,500 goes to Melanie Bustamante Gomez. The Stephen Oconee Youth Hockey Memorial Award in the amount of $1,500 goes to Grace Carlton. The Stephen Oconee Youth Hockey Memorial Award in the amount of $1,500 goes to Tyler Mignosa. The Stephen Oconee Police Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 goes to Kimberly McDuffie. The Dr. William B. Hurley Academic Award in the amount of $1,500 goes to Stephen Holgerson. The Evelyn and Paul W. Marks Scholarship in the amount of $2,500 goes to Skylar Hilton. The Dr. Richard S. Tiselli Scholarship in Sciences Award in the amount of $2,500 goes to Elizabeth McDuffie. The David R. Cochran Scholarship in the amount of $2,500 goes to Yuri Melanik. The Honorable John L. Murphy Jr. Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 goes to Alyssa Ferrara. At this time, I would like to invite to the podium Miss Gail Karangianis and Andreas Simon to the stage to present the Andrew Simon Scholarship. The first winner of the Andrew Simon Scholarship in the amount of $5,000 is Rubin Rubera. The next recipient of the Andrew Simon Scholarship in the amount of $5,000 is Julia Pimenta. And now for our athletic awards and trophies. The Bentley Swift Memorial Cup Award goes to Tyler Chudina. The Wallace B. McLean Athletic Trophy goes to Michaela Norris. The Francis M. Fioretti Award goes to a male and female. The female is Gabriella Hinchin. And the next recipient of the Francis M. Fioretti Award is Calvin Tufa. The Michael Arizioni Olympic Spirit Award in the amount of $1,000 and a trophy is awarded to Michaela Norris. The Winthrop Little League Award Trophy goes to both a male and a female. The first recipient is Jessica Martin. The second recipient of the Little League Award and Trophy is Jake Adamson. The Edwin E. McFarland Memorial Plaque goes to Alyssa Ferrara. Let's have a round of applause for all of our winners. At this time, I'd like to invite Miss Jillian Indelicato to the podium to introduce the salutatorian.
Good evening, proud guests and soon-to-be graduates. Many people may not know that the first day of school is just as nerve-wracking for teachers as it is for students. You never know who's going to walk into your classroom on day one. You hope for bright, eager, curious young minds who can't wait to crack open the first novel and tackle the first writing assignment. Yet most of the time, you're met with groans that summer is over. But sophomore year, on that first day, 3 years ago, I met a student who sat in the back corner, notebook open and pen at the ready. And that student changed me. Albert Einstein once said, "It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge." But the joy sitting in my room sophomore year, Joy Freeman, didn't need an awakening. She already had so much creative expression bubbling and brewing in her brain. I consider myself so lucky to get to play a small part in helping her creative ability grow. As an English teacher, it may not surprise you to learn that the first thing that struck me about Joy was her way with words. I never thought I could be moved to tears while reading an essay on Of Mice and Men, but that's just what Joy is capable of doing. Her analytical abilities and love of literature elevated the intellectual conversations that were happening in our classroom. She is opinionated and inquisitive. She's heartfelt and passionate. Even her prose sounds like poetry. However, Joy isn't just an exceptional writer. She's a thinker, she's a doer, she's a caregiver. She has won numerous awards throughout her high school career, including the Harvard Book Award and the President's Education Award. She leads her peers in striving to make her community better through social and political activism. She co-created a literary magazine at our high school so that students would have a creative outlet to express themselves. She is a genuinely good individual who cares about other people. And when you put all of those things together, it's no wonder that her name is what it is. She truly is a joy. If there's one thing that I'm certain of, it is that you, Joy Freeman, will not only change the world, but leave it better than it was before. And I, personally, can't wait to be the first in line to get my signed copy of your Pulitzer Prize-winning book someday. Being Joy's teacher, mentor, school mother, and friend has been one of the greatest privileges of my career. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I couldn't be more proud and honored to introduce this year's salutatorian, Joy Freeman.
Let's move it down for the last time. Thank you. Okay. So I couldn't think of what to say, so I thought the best thing to do was write a letter. So to the 5-year-old girl in her princess backpack the night before kindergarten orientation, from the 18-year-old girl at her high school graduation. You have never been good at goodbyes. Your mother will attest to this. She has accommodated your reluctance to leave every day for preschool by forging a routine of singing the Carpenters in the car before heading inside. You treat each parting as a travesty, freezing moments for as long as you can and prolonging finality until it becomes inevitable. Apprehension in your next adventure will culminate tomorrow, when your mother tightens the elastics in your pigtails and smooths out the pleats of your skirt. You will sit between the cracks of the front porch, dodging splinters in your tights as you smile at the shutter of your dad's old camera. The threat of the future will loom over you, all the way from the bumpy ride in your car seat to the terrifying parting in the Fort Banks cafeteria. You will cower. Tomorrow, you will learn the proper name for Lincoln Logs. You will be greeted with mostly unfamiliar faces, their entrance into your story not appearing as grand as it deserves to be. You will celebrate with them when you lose your first tooth during recess, and you will cry together when you accidentally step on the class snail. They will forgive you, because that is what friends do. By June, you will be crying into your bottle of bubbles as you leave your newfound partners in crime. You have never been good at goodbyes. Classroom lists and packed lunches and field days will mix into a haze. Some of those around you will cling to their childhood, swinging from the monkey bars until their feet sweep the ground. Despite how wistfully you stare off to the middle school students across the street, you cannot rush time. It will carry you at its own pace. When you walk across the stage to accept your 5th grade certificate, you will realize that the innocence you are beginning to leave behind deserves a parting all its own. You have never been good at goodbyes. It will rain on your first day of 6th grade. You are too busy in your own head to notice that everything around you is changing. The one constant in your life will be your classmates. Informing the teacher of each other's absences, partnering up for group projects, learning and nurturing and tending to each other's needs. You've been placed in the lives of one another by seemingly the most trivial of factors, age. Yet you will fit together so seamlessly, intertwining lives and schedules and relationships as if by fate. It will almost feel like it was meant to be. You have never been good at goodbyes. The transition to high school will breed a realization that your time with these faces is dwindling. The characters are beginning to fade from the pages they have planted themselves on, despite their importance in your life amplifying. It will be as if you all realize this in the same instant, and the only way you will make it out alive is holding each other up. So you join hands. You have never been good at goodbyes. The beast of growing up will come rearing its head, gnashing at your perceptions and attacking your strength. It will try to disassemble your world freshman year, but you will find an Abigail to your tailor. She will hold your broken pieces together until you are whole again. When the sun continues to rise, you will be pleasantly surprised. When the two juniors in your sophomore gym class wear their concert wristbands to school, don't worry, they are too cool to like you. Nobody else would dance with you in the middle of the road at midnight to Lifehouse. Watching them drive away to leave for college will reduce all three of you to tears. You have never been good at goodbyes. You will never feel more alive than the moments you spend after you first get your license. The back roads of this town are also technically the main roads, but they are all the more magical at night. Destinations are not necessary, and yes, Kelly's can constitute foreign adventure. Look at the skyline when you can. You will miss the view when you're inside of it. You have never been good at goodbyes. You will not feel comfortable sitting in silence with most of the people that you meet. As for the ones that make the static feel safe, hold on to them. If you surround yourself with those that define you by your soul and not merely by your accolades, you will know peace. As you approach the end of your senior year, it will be the little things that you miss the most. The comfort of an assigned seat, the familiarity of a smile. You will miss the coffee runs on Sunday mornings or the week in May when all of the trees spontaneously burst into full bloom. You will miss the beauty you've been blessed to grow up alongside, bred by the ocean, raised by the waves. Despite how much you claim to have resented the confines of this town, there is something to be said for how much it loved you. Treasure the moments that you have with your mother. She will always be the loudest cheer in the room and the tightest hug when the show ends. Keep your father as a friend as much as a source of advice. You are two alike for your own good, and you were never too cool to sing a Jimmy Buffett song with him. Take a moment to play with your sister, sing with your cousins, listen to your great-grandparents while you can. Remember, they are getting older too. You have never been good at goodbyes. You will learn there are parts of your soul you are not supposed to unlock until you are ready for them. And chances are you won't be ready for them at 16. Time will weather you, but what remains after the storms will be dignity and truth. This is your essence. Do not lose it. You will never be good at goodbyes. This will hit you as you stand at the podium before the children who raised you. You'll be looking out into a crowd of adults perched on the branch of possibility, but all you'll be able to see are wide eyes and swinging feet. They are the only people in the world who will know the idiosyncrasies of your childhood. They will cease to exist in your next chapter, in a matter of minutes, dissolving from the page as gracefully as they entered. You have never been good at goodbyes. But tomorrow you will wake up early. Your clothes will be laid out on your bed. Your mother will hand you your tea in a sippy cup. You will shake with excitement and anxiety as you pull into the parking lot of your new home. When the girl with a book under her arm offers you a Lincoln log, do not hesitate friendship in fear of a goodbye. You will have 13 years to prepare for that moment. Instead, cherish an introduction. Translation, hold on to the memories. They will hold on to you. Love, Jo Elizabeth.
At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Thomas Dole to the podium to introduce our class valedictorian.
Good evening, everyone. I am here tonight to talk to you about an extraordinary young man who the faculty of Winthrop High School is very proud to claim. Looking at Yuri's academic achievements without context, they are incredibly impressive. He's leaving WHS with the highest GPA in his class, multiple AP scores in the highest percentiles, and some of the most impressive analytical skills that I've ever seen. Yuri's accomplishments are all the more impressive in light of the obstacles that he has overcome in order to reach this day. Perhaps the largest and most obvious of which being the whole learning English thing. I met Yuri as a sophomore during my first year here in my honors chemistry class, and I hold him responsible for my first of many screw-ups during that first year. The adults in the room will remember the panic leading up to the end of 1999, when many people thought that the computers would reset to zero and plummet us into a global crisis. That didn't happen. But as it turns out, if you give a student a grade of 105, which they earned in our system IPass, it does reset to zero. Since then, I always knew to put Yuri's grade as 100, even though it was always higher than that. The following year, I had Yuri in AP Physics, which is among the most rigorous science courses that we offer at Winthrop High School, and rarely attempted by juniors. After powering through the first 2 weeks of rapid-fire calculus, I knew that Yuri would be among the top students in the class. Throughout the year, he never ceased to amaze me with his drive and incomparable problem-solving skills. I started keeping a notebook and pen next to my couch so that at night when I was watching TV, I could respond to Yuri's messages asking me questions about physics problems. As a big surprise to nobody, Yuri outperformed his peers all year and ended up crushing the AP exam. This year, during my AP Physics class, Yuri would often stop by. During his visits, a common response from me when a student asked for help would be, "I'm busy, ask Yuri." On a more serious note, the problems facing the world at the end of the first 20% of this century are more serious and glaring than ever before. Questions like, how do we sustainably feed a world with 10 billion people? Or how do we deal with the inevitable sea level rise, or the accompanying mass human migration? These questions are going to be at the forefront of our concerns. But it gives me great comfort knowing that students like Yuri are going off to study in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's these students that someday very soon will be in charge of the teams of people who are dealing with these incredibly consequential questions. But none of you came here to hear me drone on, so without further ado, it's my incredible honor to present the valedictorian of the Winthrop High School class of 2018, Mr. Yuri Melman.
Thank you, Mr. Dahl, for your warm introduction. Hello, class of 2018. Woo! Hello, parents, grandparents, siblings, and teachers. My name is Yuri, and I was born in, not Russia, Ukraine, where I lived for 14 years. In 2014, my family and I moved to the United States. I didn't speak English. I had a pretty thick Eastern European accent. And because of that, people thought I was Russian. Some even thought I was Russian spy. And you never know. You never know. I always responded, no, I'm not Russian, I'm Ukrainian. I said this phrase so much that if I was paid every time I said it, I would not have to work for the rest of my life. My first days in the United States were really great. There was so much to discover. Well, they're very great if you don't include the fact that I had no idea what people around me were saying. But my main concern was school. I had no idea how I was going to learn something in a language I did not speak. Learning a language takes a long time, and it's a process that actually never ends. And just because it never ends, I had no idea whether I will have sufficient English skills for college. And for me, not going to college was not an option, because I didn't see my future without it. So I decided to work as hard as I could to show that I'm worth something. I didn't aim to become valedictorian, but I did, as I started to understand that all my fears were not true. I realized that I easily adapted to changes. Studying all 4 years took a lot of effort and sleepless nights, but it was worth it. Of course, I would never achieve all this without help of my parents, who gave up their home, language, career, everything, just so me and my sister could achieve more in our life. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I also want to thank all my family who helped me throughout all those years. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, teachers, and thank you, class of 2018. Without you, I would not be able to learn English and be where I am right now. While going through all challenges here in the United States during the course of 4 years, I learned a few things. First is that life is a truly wonderful thing. You never know where you're going to be in 10 years, 5 years, even tomorrow. If you went back 5 years in time and asked me what I'm going to do now, exactly in this moment, I do not think I would say that I'm going to stand in front of hundreds of people giving a speech. I would be in a completely different part of the world. And honestly, this uncertainty makes life mysteriously wonderful. So enjoy every moment of it. And second is that perseverance is one of the major elements of success. Almost nothing in this world comes after first attempt. If you really want to become an astronaut, you don't give up when someone tells you that you can't become one just because you watched all episodes of Star Wars. No, you work hard and gain all the skills you need and then become an astronaut. And the same goes about everything in life. I would not be able to learn English if I gave up after someone telling me they do not understand me. I would never achieve anything if I simply gave up. I want to conclude with a quote from 30th President of the United States, Calvin Coolidge. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination are omnipotent. The slogan "Press On" has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. Thank you.
And now for the fun part. I'd like to ask Ms. Lisa Howard, Mr. Michael Capasso, and the Speaker of the House to join me in conferring the diplomas to the class of 2018.
Jake Riley Adamson. Devin Leland Alioto. Mateo Alzadi Racon. Kevin Michael Anderson. Christine Marie Ascalillo. Rayshawn Luan Bennett. Joshua Timothy Boudreau. Henry Patrick Brooks. Jaden Latrell Brown. Shannon Catherine Buckley. Melanie Alejandra Bustamante Gomez. Blenaire Bertucci. Bianca Stephanie Cabral. Michael Jason Calla. Kira Jewel Campbell. Grace Catherine Carlton. Emma Elaine Carney. Tyler James Chudina, conferred by grandparents James and Ginny Noyles. Jeffrey James Clemens. Shania Correa. Bryce Martin Costin. Richard Joseph D'Amelio. Mia Olivia D'Alessio. Joshua Kevin Daly. Isabella Pereira da Silva. Victoria De Carolisa. Ana Maria De Jesus. Alexander J. Dernier. Hannah Margaret DeSimone. Devin David Diaz. Nicholas Joseph DiMartino. John Charles Dolan. Julia Nicole Driscoll. Jenna Marie Edgett. Neon Michael Edwards. Elliot Daniel Frank. Joy Elizabeth Freeman. Isabella Rose Fusil. Kenneth Colin Fury, conferred by Maria Hodgkins, Lauren Sennett, and Rich Rosenberg. Hoi Gao. Michaela Jean Grimes, conferred by her mother, Nora Grimes. Jennifer Guerra. Mohammed Hamada. Christopher Gill Haskell. Skylar Page Hilton. Gabriella Rose Hinchin. Stephen Michael Hogerson Jr. Jesse David Kalima. Owen Douglas Kelly. Jillian Marie Kafori, conferred by her mother, Leslie Kafori. Amanda Kokoneshi. Frank Rafael LaMonica. Michael John Lane. Jake Robert Langoni. Trevor Anthony Lipset. June E. Liu. Christian Arthur Henry Lyons. Maximus Thomas McLean. Tyler James Marley. Jessica Arlene Martin. Anthony Joseph Massa, conferred by his mother Gina Massa. Elizabeth Patricia McDuffie. Kimberly Marion McDuffie. Tajon McKenzie. Yuri Melnick. Tyler James Mignosa. Ashley Catherine Miles, conferred by her mother Anna Miles. Reggie Musai. Danielle Marie Navarro, conferred by her mother Michelle Navarro. Chuma Nodim Amadi. Andrina Nordsletten. Sierra Kathleen O'Connell, conferred by Maria Hotchkins, Lauren Sennett, and Rich Rosenberg. Serena Jade Painter. Dean Philip Youngman Paulson. Naham Fan. Julia Martins Pimenta. Charlene Pierce. Shane Tyler Plunkett. John Jacob Polino. Devin Isaac Pulsifer. Isabel Amor Regis. Olivia Jean Robson. Carlos Miguel Rolon. Rubine Natalia Rubera. Jonathan David Russo. Lacey Ann Scott. Marcus Seal Ferreira. Elwood Emmanuel Soto. Paulo Spina. Robert George St. Jean, conferred by his mother, Michelle St. Jean. Maxwell Arthur Stimpson. Megan Rose Storniolo. Gabrielle Lauren Streeter. Taja Mystic Thomas. Stephen Joseph Tracy. Calvin Tufa. Gianna Marie Turavani, conferred by Maria Hodgkins, Lauren Sennett, and Rich Rosenberg. Michael Thomas Upton. Glendy Giselle Ventura. Michael Angelo Wright. Samuel Matthew Zacella. And now for the class officers. Caitlin Louise Cingarella, conferred by her mother, Joni Cingarella. Francesca Noel Capone, conferred by her mother, Jennifer Capone. Kaylin Nicole Driscoll, conferred by her father, Sean Driscoll. Deanna Marie Puccillo. Alyssa Jean Ferrara. Michaela Rose Norris.
Congratulations to our graduates. I would like to now invite Isabella Regis and Stephen Tracy to the stage to perform the senior song. It is on. I don't ever want to let you down. I don't ever want to leave this town. 'Cause after all, the city never sleeps at night, and it's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand? I'm never changing who I am. So this is where you fell, and I am left to sell the path that heaven runs through, miles of clouded hell, right to the top. Don't look back. Turn into rags and give the commodities a rain check. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand? I'm never changing who I am. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand? I'm never changing who I am. I'm never changing who I am. Never changing who I am. Now don't you understand. I'm never changing who I am. And now we will begin the presentation of the Facella Scholarships. I would like to take a moment to read the Facella Scholarship description. Those who knew Paul and Norma Facella understood that they were people who lived simply but purposefully. After serving in the Navy during World War II, Paul worked hard as a building contractor, while Norma helped out others in their neighborhood. They were good neighbors and caring people. Though neither attended college, Norma and Paul saved their money to learn from the world through various trips abroad. For 60 years, they shared a devoted life together and a deep concern for the young people of Winthrop. When Paul died in February of 2014, nearly 2 years after Norma had passed away, their careful financial planning and modest lifestyle had produced a sizable estate. Because they never had children of their own, their legacy now will build a future for students graduating from Winthrop High School. Though Winthrop High School is a relatively small school with graduating classes between 100 and 130 students, many of the students need financial assistance to attend universities of their choice or to graduate from college without debt. Through a scholarship fund in their name, the Facella's Pride in Winthrop will open doors for young people who might otherwise have been limited by resources. The Facella's example of planning, careful planning, and selfless generosity has much to offer the community as well as the larger culture. They model the importance of giving back to the community to improve the lives of those in the next generation. Paul and Norma's story reflects the basic but essential ideal that we don't need status or wealth to make an extraordinary difference for the future, and it reminds each one of us that hard work, careful planning, and simple but purposeful living can and does translate into a powerful legacy. Awarded to high school seniors who will be attending his or her first year of college in the fall, and also who demonstrate good character, good scholastic record, extracurricular activities, and involvement in community work. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Lisa Howard and Ms. Marilyn Sensulo to the stage to present the awards. The first recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending Loyola University in the fall to study marketing. The recipient is Grace Carlton. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending UMass Boston in the fall to study computer science. The recipient is Yuri Melinek. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending Clemson University in the fall to study public relations. The recipient is Kaylin Driscoll. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending the University of Mississippi in the fall. The recipient is Kimberly McDuffie. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending the University of Maine in the fall to study marine biology. The recipient is Elizabeth McDuffie. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending the University of New Hampshire in the fall to study business management. The recipient is Ashley Miles. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending Emerson College in the fall to study journalism. The recipient is Joy Freeman. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending Brandeis University in the fall to study biochemistry. The recipient is Michaela Grimes. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending UMass Lowell in the fall to study environmental engineering. The recipient is Christine Ascalillo. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending Villanova University in the fall to study finance. The recipient is Jay Dolan. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending the University of New Hampshire in the fall. The recipient is Jillian Kafori. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 is a student who will be attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study pharmacy. The recipient is Blanera Batucci. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $15,000 is a student who will be attending Quinnipiac University in the fall to study communications. The recipient is Michaela Norris. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $15,000 is a student who will be attending Emmanuel College in the fall. The recipient is Danielle Navarro. The next recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $21,000 is a student who will be attending Brandeis University in the fall to study economics. The recipient is Stephen Tracy. The final recipient of the Facella Scholarship in the amount of $23,000 is a student who will be attending UMass Lowell in the fall to study biomedical engineering. The recipient is John Polino. I'll ask that all Facella Scholarship recipients meet to the left of the stage at the conclusion of our ceremony for a picture. At this time, I'd like to ask Senior Class President Michaela Norris to come to the podium for a presentation of the class gift.
On behalf of the class of 2018, I would like to present our class gift, a Welcome to Winthrop High School sign that will hang in the main office for years to come. We present this with the utmost pride for our school and hope that it is a great addition to the office. Accepting this gift on behalf of Winthrop High School will be Junior Class President Ava Bertino.
We're almost there, guys. A couple more minutes. I'd like to take a minute to thank the following people who helped make this night possible. Obviously, to my left, Miss Suma, Miss Gillis, and Miss Indrasano. And of course, Frankie Fabiano. And Miss Kathleen D'Amico, wherever you are. I would also like to thank the custodial staff, Mr. Brian Donnelly, the Winthrop Pro Shop, Mike Mahoney, and the Parent Teacher Club. And an extra special thank you to Mr. Jimmy Guarino, who set up the whole gym for us. Also, I'd like to invite everyone in the gym back to the Winthrop High School cafeteria following our commencement for refreshments. And now, at this time, I invite Senior Class President Michaela Norris to the podium for her final address to the class of 2018.
We were always told that high school would fly by, that although it feels like a forever while it's happening, when it comes to a close, it will feel like it happened in the blink of an eye. The days would go by slow, but the years would go by fast. And before we knew it, we would be saying goodbye to those who we have spent what felt like a lifetime with. And most of us never believed those words to be true until this moment, right now, as I'm standing here giving the final address to the class of 2018. Good evening, welcome, and thank you to community members, school committee, administration, WHS faculty, family, friends, and of course, the class of 2018. I am so honored to be standing here in front of all of you today, even though I feel like there are no words good enough to describe our experiences that we shared together at Winthrop High School. Oftentimes, we do not understand how truly lucky we are to have a place and to have people that are so hard to say goodbye to. But that just leads us to know that we have so much to be thankful for here. Thankful for our friends and for our classmates, who we share laughs with and who we always have as a shoulder to cry on. Thankful for our teachers, who have enriched our lives with the power of education, while also being role models and friends outside of their jobs. And lastly, thankful for each and every parent and guardian of the class of 2018 who has made this possible for us with their never-ending support and love. So now, I believe, at the end of our high school journey, it is only fitting to walk down memory lane, to take a glimpse at our timeline and to engrave the memories that we all share before leaving this place that we call home. It's like it was just yesterday that we were walking into the high school for the first time. Well, actually, it was the middle school, and it was for the 4th time, but that's okay. It was definitely an experience we remember vividly, being so excited for a change, but then having to re-enter the same doors we did as 11-year-olds. But nevertheless, we made it work. Our new beginning was not exactly how we planned it to be, but that is what made it so unique to us. We were, and we still are, eager, innocent, curious. If you think about it, we actually had it pretty easy our freshman year. We never had to go through that awkward, confused freshman phase because we already knew the school like the back of our hands. And on top of that, the upperclassmen liked us a lot more than they liked the 8th graders. So the go home 8th graders chant came far before the go home freshman one at our first pep rally. And as freshmen, all we wanted was to become sophomores. Then we became the middle child of the high school, in between the 8th grade and the freshmen, and the juniors and seniors. At this point, we entered the same building for the 5th time in a row, like experts, only to realize that absolutely nothing changed at all. We were, and we still are, optimistic, upbeat, confident. Meanwhile, we turned 16, some of us got our license. We finally got our shot on the sports teams or a spotlight on the stage. We felt like a real part of the high school now because we were no longer the babies of the school. We had some of the greats back then, like Mr. Ito, and we were lucky enough to officially have Mr. Crombie as our principal. But as sophomores, we just could not wait to become juniors. Onwards of those days, we stepped into the brand new school, something that Winthrop was waiting for years. We were among the leaders of the school now, stressing out about college and bonding over every little inconvenience that came about. School was hard, but nothing that we couldn't handle. We were, and we still are, intelligent, hardworking, determined. Each day, we counted down the days until we become seniors. Looking back now, I know most of us wish that we hadn't wished our year away. The late nights of studying and procrastination has all resulted in the successes that we can proudly speak about today. All of the work our junior year was worth something so much more than we believed at the time. Because when we were juniors, all we wanted was to become seniors. And senior year, it came and it went, just like that. We are the ones who played on the brand new Miller Field for the first time on Thanksgiving Day. We are the ones who are two-time METG Drama Festival state champions. We are the ones who planned a walkout for students that could not advocate for themselves. We are the ones who held a track and field meet for the first time in Winthrop in 12 years. We are the ones who planned an assembly to eliminate the R word from our school. We are the ones who planned Wellness Week to help students become aware and to be well. We are the ones who held Cheerleading Northeast Conference in this very gym for the first time. We are the ones who received 10 out of 10 scoring on multiple mock trial performances. We are the ones who earned spots in the 1,000-point club for basketball. And most importantly, we are the first ones to take personal finance and banking with Miss Dunn. We are so many things, but one thing that we are for sure is we are one. But now, the we are turns to we were. And the we will turn to I as the final chapter in this book that we call high school comes to a close. This is the last page, which is always bittersweet. You want to get there so badly, but once you do, and you close the book forever, you feel like you could read it all over again. As we walk out of the doors of Winthrop High School today, we should all feel proud because we truly left this place better than how we found it. Class of 2018, look around and know that high school was so much more special because we were able to grow alongside of each other. Cherish this moment right now. This is it. The world outside of these four walls is a big one, and I know that we are ready for the world, but I don't know if the world is ready for us, class of 2018. Be kind, try new things, strive for success. Your opportunities are endless, and success is yours if you're willing to work for it. Now the world awaits us. Let's go out there and conquer it. Thank you. Okay, guys, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Take your tassels, move from right to left. 3, 2, 1.
Would the Facella Award recipients please come to the left of the stage for a quick photo? The Facella Award recipients to the stage for a quick photo.
I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman.
Facella winners, please come to the stage.
Anyone.
Facella winners, please come to the stage.
She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Well, darling, just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future
Yes, it's true, I'm not good at a one-night stand, but I still need love, 'cause I'm just a man. These nights never seem to go to plan. I don't want you to leave, will you hold my hand? Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me.
Why am I so emotional? This is not a good look, gain some self-control. And deep down I know this never works, but you can lay with me so it doesn't hurt. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all